Let me ask you something, man. As long as you've been alive, however long that is, and we're all going to have different answers, but as long as you've been around, has anything improved? And I don't mean your personal finances. I don't mean anything that you basically affected the improvement yourself. I don't mean anything like that. I mean, have you watched anything in our society actually improve? And if you do believe that something has improved, what cost, if any, did that come at, right? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I don't believe anything has actually improved, at least not measurably, right? I think we've had periods where we've been able to essentially slow the rate of decay, but I think we've been on a pretty steady march towards destruction as long as human history has been recorded. And now, I mean, it's almost unbelievable. We've come to a time where we essentially have jihadists, or at least jihadist supporters, literally within our own government. And it's not by accident. It's not by magic. And as far as I know, we've only imported one or two of them. The rest are completely homegrown. We are literally growing our own insane extremists and putting them in our government. I know that sounds like hyperbole. And, if you lean a little left or have been exposed to maybe just a tad bit too much propaganda, you probably think I sound a little crazy. But this is the kind of extremism I'm actually talking about. This is where it starts.
Phrases and actions that have been taken at the protest haven't actually been violent. They haven't harmed anyone. And I don't think we should focus.
What do you think about people chanting death to America, as they did in one video clip?
I think that's just a phrase maybe said by an individual.
Well, no, the whole crowd began joining in.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So this guy said it, and then the whole crowd began chanting it. What would you condemn that?
I'm here to talk about the entire
Hang on,
Israeli
you're here to answer my
government.
questions, actually. Would you condemn what they were chanting, death to America?
I think we should condemn Palestinians actually being killed.
Okay.
I think that...
That's not the question I'm asking you. So I will ask you about Gaza. But on the question I asked you, would you condemn people in America chanting death to America? What do you say?
I don't condemn how people choose to express their rage verbally. I don't condemn that, because at the end of the day, the reason they're saying that is because the U.S. is sending the tax dollars and the weapons that are actually creating death
do you support them chanting death to America?
I don't chant that myself, so I don't know why you're trying to trap me in this type of
I'm asking you to
argument.
condemn it. You don't want to. So I'm asking, do you therefore, should I assume you support them chanting?
Those aren't the chants that I would personally do myself.
You must either hang on. Sorry. I just want an opinion on this. You must surely either condemn it or support it.
No, you don't need to.
You're neutral
it's not
to
a
America.
binary
That's
thing.
terrifying.
How would anyone do you think, if they went to Gaza and chanted death to Palestine with Hamas terrorists nearby?
A lot of really great points there, right? The principal point really being that simple. What do you think happens to people that chant vitriolic and violent extremism, right? In places that do not have liberty, right? We see a lot of gays for Palestine signs at rallies, which is always, it's just amazing. You can't make it up. But obviously that's probably the most insane mixture of virtue signaling you could possibly ever come up with. The last place on earth that you can actually be gay is in the fictional nation of Palestine. But anyway, I don't want to wind up down that rabbit hole. That's not what this video is about. But my point is, what we're seeing here is not the end result, I don't think. I think it's just the beginning stages. And I promise you, man, there is no such thing as neutral when it comes to death to anyone or any of that violence or anything, any place. There is nothing neutral about death to anything, right? And even if neutrality does exist, right? It doesn't. But even if it does, when you're a sitting member of Congress representing America, you don't have that luxury.
Anti-Israel protesters blocking the Brooklyn Bridge were burning the American flag and chanting death to America. Do you support that type of protest? Congresswoman? Do you support burning the American flag and chanting death to America? Does it sound like this is pro-Palestinian or anti-American if they're burning American flags and chanting death to America?
I'm not privy to I haven't seen these reports. I'd have to check for them myself.
Anti-Israel protesters blocking the Brooklyn Bridge burned the American flag and chanted death to America. Do you condemn this type of rhetoric?
We've got to get her onto her next event here.
Are you okay with people burning the American flag?
If you'd like to follow up with us.
Are you okay with people chanting death to America?
Sorry. we've got to head into...
Congresswoman Porter, are you okay with people chanting death to America? Is it okay? Do you not have a problem with it?
Happy to reach out here.
Honestly, man, at this point, I'd actually be surprised if we could find a Democrat congressperson brave enough to condemn it, right? And how sick does that even sound? You know, some of us may actually consider it brave to say, I condemn chanting death to America. Guys, that is not bravery. That's not even noteworthy. I mean, this is insane. The left chirps all freaking day about right-wingers hating democracy, hating America. You know, the FBI will tell you that the most clear and present danger facing the United States is right-wing homegrown extremism, right? And you can't find a Democrat member of Congress willing to condemn jihadist chants on the streets of the United States, willing to condemn people shutting down bridges, taking over college campuses. I'm sorry, man, but that is inexcusable. I mean, the way I look at it, if you cannot speak out against that kind of language and those kinds of people, there's not one piece of legislation or one issue that I can trust you to make the right decision on. You should not be in government. These kinds of things need to be played on a loop in these people's districts, man, because these people sincerely they've got to go. You know, Katie Porter represents Laguna freaking Beach in California. That is not a crazy place. You know, what is she afraid of? Why can she not just say the words? I mean, this is my point, man. We all see it as some sort of new thing, you know, pro-jihadi, anti-Israeli, anti-American stuff happening right now on college campuses. But I'm here to tell you, man, this is not new. The enemy is not at the gates. The enemy is already here, and the enemy is already within our own government. But anyway, that's just my take, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.